Okay, so one quick reminder to you, and it's maybe subtle in this picture, but really making sure that we get that grip a little bit stronger. What can happen to you at times, and I think some of what we worked through today or talked about with these hybrids and wood, say off the turf, is that we're still hitting down on these clubs, sort of like we do with an iron. It's a little less dramatic than it is with like a wedge or something like that, but these clubs are still designed to be de-lofted when they're hit, and therefore your club should still travel down. So watch your first swing here. And there's just sometimes, I suppose, I don't know if there's a whole lot to be seen here, but it sounds like before today you might have played the ball a little more forward in your stance, and it also sounds like there was this goal of kind of trying to sweep the ball right off the turf, and a lot of times that resulted in just kind of slightly thin contact versus I put this card back out here, and with the slightly stronger grip, now you should feel like you can really go down and get it and be moving into the turf. So a little more of a downward strike here, I suppose, on some level, and then a little more extended through. See that card flying around. So I want you to more treat these clubs like irons. Think of especially your hybrid as kind of just another iron, and feel like you can really take a small divot after the ball. It's not going to be a big piece of turf or anything like that. The other thing I wanted you to see is just a small. See how visible this is to you. See your club here kind of pointing slightly out here that still, as opposed to when we get that grip strong enough, we're going to see it starting to point down just a little bit more. I don't know how obvious that is to you, but it sounds like a lot of times we're hitting shots that kind of start right and then maybe curve a little, fade kind of off to the right. So this idea of getting your face a little more down, hopefully through your grip, means that that face is nice and kind of straight or more shut when we hit. And now with these, the good shots you hit today definitely are straightening out and starting to draw a little bit. Okay, so we've worked a lot on kind of the shape of your swing, and that's looking very good, on, let's say 95% of your swings. And so it's, as you come through with the face, and or let's say the path is that line there, and then your face is kind of like this blue line, we start to get shots that will start a little right, curve a little left, and go pretty far and pretty straight, versus when we have this open face and then we're kind of trying to time it and adjust, make these sort of last second adjustments into the ball. You might at times stand up a little bit or get out of the way because you don't want to hit the ground, or that face just never comes around, and so it just kind of stays open, and you hit the heel maybe a little bit, or just not centered and not solid contact. So just those couple of reminders, I guess, is getting that grip a little bit stronger and treating these clubs more like an iron versus trying to just sweep it off the turf.